Buddy, we'll wait to see how many people we get coming into the room. I was going to give you guys an update on the tools that we went over and what actually hit Amazon for the Prime Day. So quite a bit of the tools that we discussed on the live the other night. I got a lot going on here. I'm going to try to share my screen with you guys. So anyway, we'll wait just a little bit, let some people get into the room. Probably everybody's really busy this morning, I'm sure. A lot of people take today off just to do Prime. Anyway, we'll see how much traction we get, and we'll go over some of these tools that actually, I'll give an update on the tools that went live to this morning or last night at midnight on Prime. I was a little surprised the two of the chargers we had talked about actually are on the Prime deal today, so you can get a killer deal on them right now. The Genesis 1 is down to like 23 bucks. So I'm just gonna stick around, see how many. I know that East Coast people are probably up running around this morning. So I thought I'd get on here live and see if we can get some people into the room. Welcome to the live. We're gonna go over some of the Prime tools that hit Prime last night. We did some discussion on the live the other night. And we'll wait till we get some people into the room. Welcome to the live. We're going to go over the tools that hit Amazon last night and what the tool deals are that I feel are a good bargain and that I've used myself. We went over some. Welcome to the live. If you're here, would you just comment that where you're from? We're gonna talk about more than just tools, but I'm gonna give an update on the Amazon tools that went live. Bacon, welcome to the live. Thanks for saying hi. Good morning. I'm up early. I'm on the West Coast, so I figured I'd get up early and hit you East Coast people that probably are up early. And if you would, those of you that are here, if you want to support the channel, good morning to you. If you want to support the channel, if you're not going to even purchase anything that we got going on today, if you just click on one of the links, you don't even have to buy it. It helps out the channel because it opens a window for us for the purchase of anything that you buy during Prime. So anyway, I was gonna start talking about, we had a live the other night. We went through a bunch of tools that I thought was, well, thanks for the sub, appreciate that. Blessing, Sebastian, Ahan, hi, Rat with a Gun, purchasing, I love purchasing things. All right, well, hey, I'll tell you what, we had some good deals that we went over the other night and that I believe in using that actually hit Prime. So, well, what do you sell? You know what? I don't really just sell. I teach automotive, but I did this during Prime because I figured I'll give you my opinion on things that I've used and I know are a good bargain. And so I went over a bunch of tools the other night and I figured, well, when Prime comes, I'll look through stuff and see if I see things that I think are good quality at a good deal. Or there. So, well, there. Okay. So anyway, one of the things I was really surprised that we went over this charger, and I'm going to share my screen with you on some of the stuff. Thanks for the hearts. I'm new. Okay, welcome to the live. I'm going to share my screen with some of this stuff to you. Any of this stuff we go over today, all the links are in the description. And if you have a hard time finding the links, just go to our just to the Go Big page and watch one of the videos that says Prime Tools. There's one on there that says Prime deals or something like that. And all the links are in that video in the more, where it says more. You go down to description and it's right there. But anyway, this is a charger that I personally love this thing. NOCO is probably the premium top brand of battery chargers now. And this NOCO Genesis 1, it just went down to like 23 bucks. So the description is in the link is in the description, and I'm gonna kind of go through the tools real quick and show you what came up that I think is a good deal. And then I picked some out that I seen. I was thinking if I had the money to spend right now, I would buy these because they're a bargain. I'm a Milwaukee guy, but DeWalt has a really good deal right now on, if you're just a DIY guy and you don't have a cordless drill and impact gun, DeWalt's got a really good deal. You get 2 tools, a battery, and the charger for like $149. Really good deal. We'll go over that though. That's why I have the screen here, because some of the stuff I picked out I don't have here. So these things here are things that I've used and I believe in, and I know they're a good deal. So welcome to the live. Thanks for being here this morning. It's my birthday today, believe it or not. I got up at 3 o'clock to get all this prepared. So you guys, one thing it does, you don't have to go and look through everything. You know, you might see stuff here and go, oh, that's what I'm looking for. So it'll save you some time anyway. So if you're looking for a great battery charger, these are automatic battery chargers. They do AGM, they do lead acid, and they do lithium. And this is like a 1 amp, and you just plug it in. They got really great leads on them. They're all copper. They got a easy disconnect on the leads, and just a really good quality unit. I have some of these, and actually I want to give away some of these on the lives, because we do a trivia where we spin a wheel on Friday nights. And I'm hoping to give away some of these because they're 23 bucks, you know. So anyway, so if you guys would, you know, when you get a chance, go down to one of the links. Before you leave, if you would, just go to one of the links and click on it and open it, and you don't have to buy it and just leave if you don't want to buy nothing. Because what it does, it just helps out the channel by people are going to our links. And then it actually opens up a window for us. So if you buy something a week from now on Amazon, we get a little kickback from it. And it just helps to promote the channel. It helps us to buy good gear. I'll show you, I'll do a walk around so you guys see what I had going on this morning. I set all this up so I could share my screen with you guys. So anyway, these are a good deal. If you got a motorcycle that you sits all winter long and you're always having to buy a new battery for it every year, this is why. Put one of these tenders on there, you won't have to do that anymore. $23. The cord is worth $23. I'm gonna buy a couple of these myself. And this was another charger we went over. It's made by the same company. It's called the NOCO Genius 10. And the Genius 10 is my favorite charger that I have. This has a repair mode on it. So like if you have a battery that's been sitting forever, you can put this on repair mode and it'll knock the sulfation off the plates, and you can bring back a otherwise battery that you would have had to replace. I'm sorry about my voice. I got kind of a cold and I've been talking a lot, so my voice is kind of talk like Wolfman Jack today. Anyway, these are a good deal. They just went down. They're $79 right now on Prime, on the Prime Day sale. So they were $125 at Amazon. But now they're, let me fix that, I just get the thing messed up. So they're 79 bucks, 79 bucks right now, down from 125. So that's a good deal. I paid 85 for this one. I got it on sale here locally. And man, this is a great charger. Let me stand back just a little bit so you guys can see this. This is a great charger. It'll do lead acid, lithium, it'll do 12 volt, 6 volt. It has a repair mode. It has a 12 volt supply mode on it. 1 button operation, nice. And what I love about this thing, it fits in my toolbox. I can wrap this up and it fits in my drawer. So this is a great tool. I'd buy this. If I lost this or this got something happen to this, I'd buy another one tomorrow. So that's the NoCo Genesis. And this is a great little flashlight that I was showing everybody. I've kept one of these in my shirt pocket. I've been a technician for 40 years now, and I'm still working part-time, part year. So anyhow, so this is a flashlight that I've always carried around with me in my pocket. It's the greatest flashlight. It's made by Streamline, and they're usually like around 38 bucks. And now the one that they have on sale now, it actually it's recharges with a USB right here. This thing slides like that, and it has a USB you plug in. So now the rechargeable ones, and I think, let me look it up real quick. I think these are like they were 38. I think they're like $29 now. The link is in the thing. Let me scroll through there and pull this up. I got a lot going on with this laptop and stuff. Kind of confusing sometimes. Let's see. The light is, okay, so the light right now is $29. So these are normally 38 bucks, so they're on sale for 29, and it's the updated one. It has a rechargeable battery in it. So when it goes dead, you just plug it in, it recharges. Great light. I keep it in my shirt pocket because I'm walking around the shop all the time, and I don't have to go look for a light. I always got it right there in my pocket. And I've carried one of these for 10 years. And I probably bought 10 of these things because I always drop them and lose them. So let me give you a recommendation. Take this thing and spray paint it bright green or something, because you drop this down when you're inside a vehicle, they're hard to see because they're black. So I don't know why they always paint everything black, but it makes it really hard to see. Why isn't it work for me to live? I'm not sure what he's saying. I'm new. So you sponsor tools? No. So what I do, I'm an affiliate. So I'm an affiliate with Amazon. So when you buy something from me, I get like a 5% commission. That's not what we do on the channel. The channel is about automotive. We talk about automotive, and I teach automotive repair. I'm only doing this to, because it helps out the channel when we make a little commission on this stuff. And the super thanks too. When we get a super thank, all the super thanks money, what we do is we buy stuff like this, like that charger, so we can give them away on the, we have a trivia night on Friday nights. And on Friday night, if you get the question right, you get to spin a wheel for a free tool. And so we use our super thanks for that, and we appreciate you guys doing that. If you're not subscribed, subscribe, because I don't just sell tools and just be here trying to sell you something all the time. It's only during Prime, and because I have a lot of experience with tools, and when I tell you about something, it's something that I've used and I believe in. It's not something I just went to Amazon and said, oh, there's a good deal, I can make money on that. No, these are tools that I've used and I believe in. So anyway, links are down there if you're interested in any of it. The Air, the compressor didn't come up, and it's not in the links. But if you're looking for a really cool portable compressor, this Air compressor's like, it's under $100. I wouldn't be without this thing now, because I'm getting tired of lugging around that big old heavy compressor when all I gotta do is fill up a tire. You hook this thing up to the battery. It's got a 30-foot hose. It's got a digital readout. You set the pressure that you want. You push a button and walk away. When it comes up to pressure, it turns off. It's a great tool. I would not be without this tool now. I thought I wasn't gonna like it when I bought it, because I was like, I don't know about that thing. But you know what? It'll pump up a full-size big truck tire. It takes a little longer for the big truck tires, but it's just handy, man. You need to put some air in the wheelbarrow, or whatever, man. You just carry it out there. It weighs like 3 pounds. I leave this in my girlfriend's car, so that way she don't have to go to the gas station if something happens. She's got air with her, and the gas stations now are sketchy. I just don't want her going there anymore. So this, just for less than $100, you know what? We should have one in everything you own, and I keep one of these. I had one of these in my motorhome for years, and there's not even a link here for this. I'm just telling you about it. I won't get nothing by you buying one of these. But like I said, if you go to our link and just click on it, if you buy one of these later, then we'll get something for it. So anyhow, that's that. So we're gonna start walking through. I'm gonna share my screen with you guys. And I won't be able to see, what I think what I'm gonna do, give me just a second, because I'm gonna see if I can log on with another account so I can see the comments in case you guys wanna ask me something. Or I can switch back and forth or something, you know? Let's maybe do that. So let's just walk through these real quick. Oh, I always try to touch the TV and I can't, that doesn't help me. So I'm just gonna walk through them. So we went through here's the one that you need to look at. Honestly, I should go buy one of these. So NOCO makes a jumper pack too. I don't know if you guys are familiar with those, but they have these little jumper packs that you can hook up to jumpstart your car. So I'm gonna turn this around so you can see the screen. I don't know if you guys can see it that way. So that's actually that's the wrong one. Hang on. That's the 10. Give me a second. They look alike. Is that the 10? Maybe I didn't put that in there. Give me just a minute. So NOCO makes a battery jumper, and they're a great deal right now. You know, I don't even think I put it in there. So anyway, if you go to Amazon and you look up NOCO, their jumper pack right now is like $80, and they're usually like 130 or 140. Hell, thanks for the happy birthday. Appreciate that. 6 bulletproof motor. Yeah, absolutely a bulletproof motor. Are you a microwave? No. Dude, let's go fix stuff. I agree. So anyway, we're just gonna walk through these tools real quick. This is normally a $125 tool. It's on sale during Amazon Prime Day for $79. And I just picked out some stuff that I seen that I thought was a good deal. So we did do NOCO. Oh, here it is right here. Okay, this is, man, I tell you what, if you do any jump starting, go get one of these. I've never seen them this low before. Let me see if I can, I don't know what that's showing. So this is a NOCO Boost, and they're usually $125 and they're on sale for $79. I'm gonna probably buy one of these because I don't have a jumper. I just have the battery chargers. And we have 3 of these at work. And we used to have this big old clunky thing we used to like carry around everywhere, and it was on wheels and you had to drag it around. And these things are nice, man. And they say they'll jumpstart up to a 6-liter gas motor and a 6-liter gas and 3.0 diesel. So at 1,000 amps, they'll do 1,000 amps. So that's a pretty good jumper for $80. They're 36% off. So like if you're looking for a jumper pack, go get one of these because they ain't gonna stay this price for very long. I'll guarantee you that. So anyhow, there's the 3 NOCO, and I don't get anything from NOCO. I just like their products. They're good quality. They work well. They're bulletproof and they're well designed. I like the clamps on them. They have great clamps on them. And I've been a mechanic for 40 years. This, you know, I didn't pick out this stuff just because I'm some guy going, oh, I'm gonna make a website and pick out a bunch of tools. No. This is stuff that I would buy. This is a great deal right here. And I'm not in, I like Milwaukee myself, but if you're looking to get a drill and impact combo, this is a good deal. $159 for drill and an impact with the charger and batteries and you get 2 batteries for $159. So if you don't have impact or a cordless drill, there's nothing wrong with DeWalt, you know, especially if you're just a guy that's working on stuff at home. You don't need to buy the most expensive. These will last. I got a old DeWalt that's probably 20 years old that's still working. So they're a good product. Just everybody's went to Milwaukee. So anyway, there's that. This is a tool that I don't have one and I haven't had one, but I think it'd be a great tool to have. So it like converts into a seat and then it folds down into a creeper, and they're on sale right now for $33. And I don't know what the quality is. I'm not gonna say because I've never had one, but I was looking and through what was a good deal. This is a tool that I've used that I have, and man, I tell you what, this is the greatest tool right here. So what it does, it goes right on the end of your steam cleaner if you have a steam cleaner. And right now they're $15, and they come with those. You get 5 fittings for the steam cleaner. Yeah, who knows? I don't know. Yeah, on that creeper, I don't know. That's why I say I don't know nothing about the quality because I've never owned. If I haven't owned it and I don't know nothing about it, I'll tell you, hey, I don't know. This was just something I seen. This right here, I own one of these. And this is probably the best foam cannon I've ever owned. You just take the top off. I usually use this Dawn dish soap, and I clean my motorcycles with it, the cars, the house, all kinds of crap, because I have a Generac steam cleaner. But this is $15, and that plastic container is like heavy duty, and the whole top is all brass, and it just unscrews. You just put Dawn in there, and then that thing goes on the end of your steam cleaner. And man, it puts out a nice foam spray like you wouldn't believe. I use it on my motorhome. Matter of fact, there's a video of me using it on my motorhome if you want to see how it works. Same creeper off team. Ship, super awesome. Holds 230 pounds. Tools, no issue. Oh, really? So thanks for saying that, Ice Agent. Appreciate that. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting one because I like the way it folds into a seat, and it's like a. But anyway, I'll show you something that when it comes to creepers. Trying to. Sorry if I'm jittery with the phone. I was gonna put this on my boom. I think maybe give me just a second. Let me put this on my boom. It's kind of a finagling thing here. I'm trying to get this all situated. Give me just 5 seconds, guys. Sorry about that. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get this where this thing ain't all shaky. I'll just cover up the camera. It's hard to do everything and not be shaky at the same time. But I got a nice boom arm, so I'll get it on here. I'm almost there. Just be patient with me. I'm sorry. I'm trying to. I was up super early this morning because I was trying to get all this done. This stupid thing. Hang on a second. I don't have it all the way tight. I'm getting there. I got this nice boom arm, and once you get it adjusted, everything's golden. Then I don't have to sit here and hold the phone. It won't be shaking everywhere. Hang on, should have had this ready. I was gonna try to get it set up the other way, and it just didn't work out. Give me just a second, man. Don't run off on me. Yeah, I don't blame you for dicking around with this thing. Okay. Now I got the arm where it's gonna stay. Once I get this in, it won't be bouncing everywhere. You guys can kind of see what I'm doing. So this foam cannon, it's a great tool. You just put it on the end of your steam cleaner, take the top off, and it has that little black thing on the top. It adjusts how much foam comes out. And man, I love that thing. It's such a great tool. For the price, it's crazy what a great tool it is. $15. So anyhow, I'm gonna go to this. So this is I have one of these at work. And if you work on a lot of stuff where you're bending over the hood all the time, Man, I tell you what, I wish I had one of these when I was working in a shop for years. Use it as a seat. Then the lay down, yeah, that's probably what I'd use it for too. Be nice if for both. But anyway, these topside creepers, they're this isn't on sale. I just seen it and I was thinking, I'm gonna talk about it because I have one of these at work. And if you're doing an intake manifold or a set of heads or some exhaust work or something, these things are nice. They adjust up and down. You climb up on there and you hang over the engine bay. They're worth double the money. Oh, they are on sale though. They are on sale. So they were 284 and they're 243 now. So there is a reduction there. Not a huge one. But man, I'll tell you what, if you have a shop and you got a place to store one of these, man, it's a great tool. It'll save your back, I'll tell you that. So anyway, so that's that. This is a tool that I have in my when I bought this tool, I thought uh I thought oh, this thing, I don't know about this thing, I was thinking it's gonna be one of those tools I wish I never bought. Man, this is a great tool. It's a shear, and you can cut like sheets of metal with it, pieces of metal, and it's just like a big old cutter. And you just grab the handle, and I got it bolted to a bench. Um, and I use it for cutting like silver because I do silver jewelry sometimes. But I'll cut sheets of silver to make different angles with it. Man, it's a great tool to have. You just put it in there. You can put the metal at whatever angle you want, cut little triangles, whatever you need. So if you're doing any kind of sheet metal work for 71 bucks, man, this thing is a great tool and it's really heavy duty too. It's not light duty. So anyway, there's that one. And so these if I have the tool or use the tool, I'll tell you. And if I have it, I'm going to tell you. This is an expensive tool, but I'll tell you what, I got a set of these in my toolbox at work. This company, Greenlee, if you ever want to buy some good quality cutting tools, I don't think there's a better company than this Greenlee. These are carbide tips, and the type of work I do, I punch a lot of holes in the firewalls and stuff. I build police cars for a living, and these are off on sale 15% off. So they're usually 189 and they're 160. But man, you won't wear one of these bits out. They're carbide and they're just a great tool. I have one at work. I don't have one here at home, but man, the one at work, I love it. Let me see what else we got. Okay, this is a tool that I own. And if you ever do any kind of soldering, let me bring it down just a little bit. If you do any kind of soldering at all, if you never soldered with a micro torch, try it. It's the best way to solder. If you've never done it, go check out. I got a video on the channel about soldering, and I'm using this. Use a seat more. Hey, good morning, RS. How you doing, buddy? Welcome to the live. Just going through some tools that we talked about and that are on sale with Prime now. This is a torch that I use for soldering, and it's probably worth twice what you pay for it. It's 56 bucks. It's a butane torch, and man, I use this thing probably every day at my job because I do a lot of soldering. But with this and a roll of solder, there's no better solder joint you can do. You see people using those solder guns, they suck. After you use one of these, you'll throw that soldering gun in the trash. They're a great tool. I can't believe they don't charge double for this. They have a kit if you want to get a kit. It comes with some different tips and stuff for about 120, but you don't really need it. All you really need is a torch. 56 bucks and a roll of solder, and you're soldering, and they work well. What I've used this for before too is like, I know it's not like a big torch, but if you get something that's tight, this thing, man, it puts out some heat. I melt silver with this thing. So you can heat up a bolt or something. If you got one that's kind of tight and you're trying to get it broke loose, this puts out quite a bit of heat. Sometimes it's not enough. Big torque, you need a big torch, but smaller bolts and stuff that are all, where they're gonna break because you can't get them out, heat it up with this thing, it'll come out. It's got me out of a pinch more than one time. Anyway, so you guys, the links are all in the descriptions. Um, and I'm gonna go through a couple things that my buddy has one of these. I don't have one, and I've used his. But man, I tell you what, this is a nice little unit to have, and they're way marked down now. They're 40% off, so they're like 159 bucks. They weigh 7 pounds. They're 300-watt portable power. They're great for camping, especially like if you go tent camping or you go, you're in a little trailer or something. I used his in my motorhome because a lot of places we used to go, you couldn't turn the generator on until 10 in the morning. And when I get up, I need some friggin' coffee. So I use this thing for my little coffee pot, and then I didn't have to run the generator. But man, they're a nice little unit. I wouldn't mind having one of these. I don't have one, but I used his, and it works really good. He charges his drone up with it. Okay, this was a killer deal right here. I have a steam cleaner, but I looked at this one because a lot of people, they don't like to mess with gas because gas operated stuff, it can start having problems, and the gas gums up and you got to tear the carburetor apart, so it becomes an issue. But this is an electric, but I was a little surprised. This thing puts out 2,000 PSI, and they're half price right now. This thing is usually like $294, and on Prime right now it's 143 bucks. So if you don't have a steam cleaner, I think I've never used this particular model, but I would consider it because I'll show you another one. I used to have one of these smaller ones, and even though it ain't no big fancy one, oh, I'm sorry, I'm getting there. My thumbs are not working correctly this morning. I'm supposed to go to dinner, or my neighbors took me out for dinner last night for my birthday. So this is a little unit, but it's a 1,500 PSI unit. It just plugs in, real easy to carry, 70 bucks. That's a good deal. It's normally like 100 bucks. So there's some good Prime deals going on for tools. And all the links on this stuff is in the description. And like I said, if you're not gonna buy anything that I'm showing you, at least if you would, go down and click on one of those links, because what it does, it opens up a 30-day window for us. You have an email you can share. You asked me to reach out during the, but I'm not sure how you want me to do so. Yeah, let me figure that out, RS. I do have an email. It's kind of odd one. Give me, right before we leave here, I'll make sure you get that, okay? I'll get on there and leave a post. I don't have a chat box on my phone, or I'd do it right now, but I'll look and see if I can log on with my other account and look at the live. Anyway, these things are, I had a small one of these, and I was surprised what a good job it did. You just hook it up to the hose, you plug it in. It ain't no big, powerful, big, expensive pressure washer, but for 70 bucks, man, it's a good tool. Okay, we'll go on. We talked about the other pressure washer. This was a good deal that I thought. I've used Fluke most of my career, 40 years. Fluke probably makes some of the best meters that you can buy. But this is a good basic Fluke meter for a guy that doesn't have a meter or wanting to upgrade from a cheaper meter. For 125 bucks, this is a nice meter. It'll do AC/DC voltage up to 1,000. Does up to 10 amps amperage. And on these, a lot of people think, I need more than 10 amps. You can just get a plug-in amp probe for this that you just plug in, and it just goes around the wire and you read it in millivolts. So this will do continuity, diode, capacity, frequency, and it has temperature testing. So this is a nice little unit for 125 bucks. If you're needing a meter, I wouldn't hesitate for a second on this one. That's a good bargain. You know, it's down by 25. It's $40 off right now, so that's a pretty good deal. These, I don't own these, but I've used a lot of SK stuff over the years, and I know these are not made in the US anymore. I don't think so. But I thought they were a pretty good deal. If you know somebody that's just starting out, you know, and they're trying to collect a box for $60, that's a pretty good deal for a set of wrenches, 5/16 to 3/4. And SK used to make some really good tools, and I think their tools are pretty decent still. They're kind of bulky. They're not thin like Snap-ons, but they're a pretty good wrench, I think. A lot of the stuff's being made in China, I know that. There's not too much that's being made here anymore. Even a lot of your Snap-on stuff now is not made here. Here's a tool that I have at work, and it's not on sale. And but man, you talk about a nice tool to have. This is made by Milwaukee, and what it has a little beam thing that you can attach that around the hood, and then you put that, and it's a really nice bright light when you're underneath the hood. And then also you can take the light out of that holder and take it in wherever you're working, underneath the car or inside the interior. I use that thing every day. And it's probably one of the most useful tools that I've used in a long time. They're not cheap. And this one's $178 and it doesn't come with a battery. So if you don't have a 12-volt system, that's something to think about. You'll have to buy a battery with this. They're not too crazy expensive. The 12 volts aren't. Let's see what we haven't talked about yet. Let's go over these. Well, this one I thought this is pretty good too. These are part of Prime right now. I thought this was Milwaukee. These aren't Milwaukee's. These are replacement ones. Sun Joe. I've never used these. You're taking your chance on this because I don't have any idea. But it comes with a charger and the battery. I thought those were Milwaukee's when I loaded them. They make everything look so similar to get you going. So I thought these were a good deal. You know, for a guy that doesn't have a set, they're $35. They're $10 off, so they're a good deal. But here's a good set. And you know, it just depends on how much money you want to spend a lot of times. But these are good. I've used these before. These are OTC 3-ton. But they're $72 right now on Prime. So they're like 25% off right now. So that's a pretty good deal. If you're looking for a good set of jack stands, these are pretty nice jack stands. If you're trying to upgrade or you want to get a good set, not a cheap, real cheap set. These are a nice set of jack stands. Make sure I didn't forget nothing here. Went over that. Oh, I didn't go over this one. This is a Milwaukee drill only. I thought this was a pretty good bargain. If you don't have a drill, if you're just a guy that does stuff around the house and you don't have a cordless drill, this is a good deal. $81. You get the charger. You get 2 batteries and the drill for $81. And here's something to think about when you're building a system. When you buy this, you get the charger, the 2 batteries, and the tool. So what you can do is later on you decide, hey, I want to get an impact driver. Just buy the tool only. Don't buy the tool with the battery and the charger, because you can get the tool only for about half the price. I bought a tool only when I bought my I bought a Sawzall for my 18-volt Milwaukee stuff, and it was $80. $80 on sale for just the tool. So you can buy them that way, just the tool. So remember that when you're buying stuff. You can get just the tool. And remember the links, I hate to keep saying this, the links are in the description here. And if you can't find the links, go to the web or go to our channel and just pull up the video that says Prime Day Tools. All the links are in there. Okay, make sure I didn't forget nothing here. We did that. I'm still here, don't go away. Okay, so we kind of went through most of everything, but I want to reiterate this tool. This is a good tool, man. This is a bargain. You know, if you don't have one of these, go get one. For 80 bucks, I'm going to probably buy one of these. Just because for 80 bucks, you can't go wrong. You know, and we can walk back through because we're getting new people that are coming in right now. Hey RS, give me a second. I'm going to log in to my see if I can log into the live here. I don't know if it shows me that I'm live or not. Yeah, it shows it right there. I didn't realize they were running ads on the live. We had like we had like 4,000 views on the live the other night. I was blown away. That's a lot. Um, ARS, I'm gonna put this email up so you can paste it. It's not one I use a lot, so it's safe to use. Hey, look at how that's spelled because it's not what you think. It's different. Ding dong me, when I was setting it up, I spelt it wrong. It's FIDTY, not 50. It's 50. So anyway, all right, I'll go back to the tool stuff. So what do you do, RS? What do you do as a living? Do you work for a company that you do that for, or what do you do? So these are a killer deal. If you don't have one of these, I don't have one. You can send me one. I need one of these, man. I don't know why I don't own one, but I don't. But and you know what? This thing here, if you don't buy anything else during Prime for a tool, let me turn this volume down. I can hear myself. Sorry. If you don't buy anything else on Prime, get one of these. This is that no code Genius One. Oh, really? That's pretty cool. I started messing with website years ago, and now it's so complicated, man. Well, they made it really easy, but now it's so easy that it makes my head hurt. Um, but anyway, if you don't buy anything else, these things are 23 bucks right now. If you have a motorcycle, if you have a dirt bike that sits, you have something that sits all winter, usually what happens is you let it sit all winter, you don't charge it, come springtime, you go to use it, the battery's dead. You try to charge it, it won't take a charge because it's all sulfated because you left it sitting all winter. These things will keep it from becoming sulfated. You just hook them up, it keeps it charged, you leave it plugged in until spring. It's an automatic charger, so what it does, once it brings the battery up to charge, it goes into like a maintenance mode. And it'll do 12 volt acid, AGM, lithium, 6 volt. And it won't let you hook it up backwards. If you hook it up backwards, a little icon comes on that says, "Hey, dummy, you hooked it up backwards." And then it's got a lot of these automatic chargers. They won't charge a battery if it has less than 2 volts in it. It just won't do it. So this thing's got an override in it. You push that mode button and hold it down for 7 seconds, and it'll put a little bit of a charge into the battery. So if it comes up above 2 volts, it'll go ahead and charge it. And that NOCO Genius 10, it's got a repair mode on it, which is nice because you can bring back batteries that were probably not going to be able to be used and have to be replaced. And you can save that NOCO 10, man, it'll save you money. It's already saved me like $400 because I brought back 2 batteries in my motorhome that had been sitting and they wouldn't take a charge. I'll put it on that repair mode. The next day it charged it up and they're working fine. So it'll blast the sulfation off the plates, which that's kind of a nice little feature. Like I said, it paid for itself already. You know, I paid $80 for it and I saved 400 already by using it. So anyway, if you don't buy anything else, if you don't have a good battery charger, this is a good battery charger if you're not in a hurry. Because if you have a dead truck battery or something, this is not going to charge it in 2 or 3 hours. It's going to take 30 hours. But it will charge it up if you're not in a hurry. But this 10 amp, that's a good unit. But you know, it's $80 right now. It's not bad. But these right here, these are great to give away for gifts. If you have a buddy or something that you know has a motorcycle that sits outside all winter, or you know he has a 4-wheel or something that he doesn't drive all the time, it sits in the garage and the battery goes dead. You take one of these, plug it in, hook it up, and it'll maintain that battery as long as you want it to. And for $23, like I said, the clamps are worth $23. They're full copper, not copper, they're full brass. And even the screw is brass. They're just well engineered. Really good clamping force on them. And oh, I didn't show you this, but check this out. So it has a ATO style automotive fuse in it. If I can get it open. This one's brand new, it's hard to open. So if you blow the fuse, it just uses a standard ATO fuse, automotive fuse, which is kind of nice. Because I have a Fluke, and when it blows the fuse, you got to get a fuse that costs $20. I loan it out a lot, and I tell the guys, "You blow that fuse, you owe me $20." And they're like, "What are you talking about?" I said, "That fuse is $20 in that Fluke meter." And so they're like, "Okay." So when they bring it back, I always make sure the fuse isn't blown because people hook them up wrong and then they blow the fuse out on them. But you know, in my opinion, probably this and the Genesis 10 and that jumper pack, man, I tell you what, I don't think I've ever seen one that cheap. Is this the one here? Is that it? No, that's the it's this one. This is a bargain. $80. They're normally at 125. You know, that's like almost 40% off. So anyway, the reason I did this was so you know, some people don't have a lot of time to be digging through, and a lot of the stuff you see on Amazon, you know, on the Prime days is all just junk. These are products that I've used, and they are good products. That's why I'm promoting them. And like I said, we get a little bit. We get I think we get 4.5% or 5.5%, and it doesn't cost you anything. Just so you know, when you buy it, you don't pay an extra 5%. You still pay the regular price. It's just Amazon has to give us a 5% on the sale because they use our link. And then if you're gonna go do some shopping on Amazon, just go click one of our links because it helps us out if you don't mind. And it doesn't cost you anything at all. You just click on one of our links, like you go and click on this and look at it, and you decide, hey, I'm not gonna buy it right now. Anything you buy on Amazon in the next 30 days, I'll get a 5% on. So that's how, and that's why I'm kind of doing this. Let me turn this around so you guys can see my ugly face. That's kind of why I'm doing this, you know. I just turned 61 today, and I had to go back to work. I lost my wife from pancreatic cancer, so I had to go back to work because I couldn't afford to live on half an income. So that's why I'm doing this stuff. I'm trying to get a following going on the channel, you know, so we can create a little revenue. And I enjoy teaching automotive, you know. This is not what this channel's about. We don't just sell tools all the time. We don't do that. I actually do automotive repair and teach, you know, basic automotive repair. And we shoot the bull. You know, we was up. I don't know if RS, were you up the other night when we were all on the live? Man, we were up till like 4 in the morning talking hot rods. You know, it was like I went to bed at like 4 in the morning, but I usually stay up pretty late. You know, I'm usually up really late because I got back issues, so I have chronic pain in my back. So I get like right now, I was up at 1 o'clock this morning, and you know, so anyway, so a lot of times we'll just shoot the bull about talking about engines and different kind of cars and stuff, and then just talk about whatever, you know, and but try to keep it automotive as best we can, because you know we all like talking about the old days, and you know this, oh, I had this old Firebird, and have stories, you know, to tell about our old cars and stuff. So the other night we were like, I don't know, we had like 20 or 30 people in the room. We had a guy from Africa, some guy from Australia, New Netherlands, people from all over the world on the live, and we're just sitting there, you know, it's a standard thing, you know, when you're in the hot rods or you're in the automotive, you know, horsepower and that stuff, you know, we all talk the same language no matter what country we're from. So it's kind of a universal language. Horsepower is a universal language. I was supposed to go to the vintage car drags a couple days ago, but I didn't end up going because I had a lot going on. Because I've been creating content. This is a time of year when you're a content creator, man, you got to get stuff out there because, you know, this is how we make our money is like this stuff. You know, if you guys buy something, if there's something you need and you buy it from me, I make like on some of this stuff, you know, like 5% of $80 is like $4. We don't make a ton of money on it, but we make a little bit. But we appreciate everybody that shows up for the lives. And just so you know, we're not going to just do like sell you stuff all the time. This is only like for right now because of the, and you know, I think we're providing a service because these are tools that I've used. These aren't like tools that I got off of Temu, you know, for a dime and gonna sell it to you for $100. These are tools that I've used and I know they're good quality tools. And a lot of the stuff that you buy, it's a crapshoot, you know, what you're getting. So a lot of this stuff, like these name brand tools, you know, like Milwaukee and you know, NOCO and S&K. These are all brands that I've used over the years, and I know they're good quality, and that's why I promote them. And most of the stuff this is all stuff that I've used. All this stuff here is stuff out of my out of my garage that I use all the time. So I know they're good products. I couldn't believe these things went down to $23, man. $23 for this charger. That's such a bargain. I might buy one just to give away at one of the lives, because for $23, you know. And we've had some people give us some super thanks recently. I think I've gotten about $15 now in that super thank fund. So that'll pay for like half of that. So I don't mind paying a little bit to, you know, help everybody out and have a good time on the lives. On Friday nights, we do trivia. And on Friday nights, you know, we'll do a trivia, and then we just do questions, automotive questions. And then if you get the answer right, you get to spin a wheel. And then there's one thing on there that says go. Well, I got to show you this thing that I got from my neighbors for my birthday. So if you get it right, you get a piece of artwork sent to you free of charge that I did. I do like pour art, just to get my mind right sometimes. And uh, but at the end, what we do is we spin for a tool. So this Friday, we're giving away a snap-on wrench. Give me a second. I want to show you guys this thing. Well, here it is. That was really cool, man. Look at this thing my neighbors got me for the wall. It says "Go Big Garage" on it, and it says fixing your stuff since forever. This is my next door neighbor. I've always worked on her car and stuff for her for free. And it says you can't fix stupid on it. Can't. I can fix anything except stupid. I'm gonna put that on the wall for the studio, for the lives. I think it's pretty cool. Looks like an old license plate. That's pretty awesome. Anyway, so hopefully you guys got some value and saved you some time today by having to look through a bunch of tools, And if you're just getting here, go to the links. There's links in the description for tools that I feel that are a really good bargain, that are good quality tools, that are worth buying for Prime. So Prime, if you guys are just getting here, I see people coming and going, so I can't see names. All I can see is that you're coming in. If you don't buy anything else during Prime, buy one of these. This is a NoCo Genius one. They're $23 right now. This is probably the best charger. It's like a maintenance charger. You can plug them in. They're not cheap. They're not Chinese, whatever, man. They're good quality. They might be made there. I don't know. I didn't look to see. It probably is made in China, but most of your stuff is now. I'm not sure where it says. It says it. Made in Vietnam. That's where it's made in Vietnam. But they're good quality. They're probably the best charger I've ever used as a smart charger. They're really well engineered, and they just do a good job. You just plug them in. This light goes red, and then it pulses until it turns green. And when it turns bright green, it's fully charged. Then once it goes up to full charge, it will go into a maintenance mode, and it'll just keep it charged as long as you keep it plugged in. You can leave it plugged in all winter long. It'll be fine. I'm gonna buy one of these for all three of my bikes. I'm gonna get three. I'm gonna have three of these, and they're gonna go on the Harleys. Just plug them in and leave them plugged in all winter, because then I don't have to end up. What do you mean you? Kevin Gonzalez, you. How you doing, Kevin? How's it going? Self-employed contract work. I'm a mechanic. That's what I do. I've been a mechanic for 40 years. So right now, I've been working. I've been build police cars, so I do all the electrical. I put in all the cages and all the radios and all that stuff for police officers, for the police vehicles for a county. So that's what I do. I do all the setups. Put the light bars on, set up all the guns and all that stuff. That's what I do. But anyhow, I'm not sure how many people are in here that are coming in new, but we just been going over a bunch of tools that I went through on a live the other night that came available on Prime. So go check out the links below, and if you would, just click on one of those links, whether you buy something or not. It helps us out. And then, but there's some really good deals on NoCo right now. NoCo has a 10 amp charger. Then the links are in the description. They have a 10 amp charger. It looks like this. It's a 10 amp smart charger. They're on sale for $89. Was it 89? Let me make sure. I don't want to tell you the wrong price. The jumper pack is crazy. It's only $79. Yeah, the Genesis 10 is 79. So it's 79 for the 10 amp charger, and then it's 79 for the jumper. I've never seen this jumper that cheap. The jumper right now is $79. And it's 1,000 amp charger or jumper pack. So that's a pretty good deal. Let me flip this around. I can get it to flip around. So let me get this here. Maybe you can see my stuff here. This is a great booster. We have a few of these at my job where I work, and they do a great job. And we jump start big, diesel pickups and stuff with these. The nice thing about them, they're so portable, because you can just pick it up and carry it out there. It's not like you got to drag this big old jumper pack to go jump start something. And then if you got to go do a service call or something, you just throw this in the front seat, and go do the service call, and it's just really nice and portable. They have some smaller ones of these. I thought about getting a smaller one for my Harley and keep it with me. That's one of my biggest fears when I'm out riding on the bike is the battery go dead. Anyway, so let's see how long we've been on here. We've been on here for an hour. So I appreciate everybody that showed up. We got one person left in the live. So I'm just gonna go ahead and call it a morning. Thanks for everybody that's showing up. If you just showed up, or if you're watching this when it's being loaded as a video, it'll get reloaded on the channel as a video, and you can walk through those. And there's links in the description for all this stuff. And but these are products that I feel, as a mechanic of 40 years, that are good quality, and they're a good bargain. So there's a few. I'll hang out for a little bit here because we got people that are coming in that just got here. If you're just showed up, leave a comment in the descriptions if you want me to go over something, and I'll go over something in detail. So we got some NOCO products. There's 3 of them available right now on Amazon Prime that are a good deal. There's a 1 amp charger for $23, and NOCO is a quality company. This ain't no junk, man. This is good quality. You go into the shops, and that's what all the shops are using. They're using these NOCO battery chargers. And this booster is a booster pack that you can just jump start something with. I've never seen them this low. $79 for 1,000 amp booster. That's a good deal. And they just plug in with a USB-C to charge them, and they're just a nice little unit. They're really well built. They have really good. I'll show you the leads on them. These leads are just really good quality. So the leads are like 100% copper, and then even like where the leads go on, they have a T20. You can actually replace these ends. Like if you ran one of these over with the car or something, or your dog chewed it off or whatever, you can buy new ones, and you just take that screw out and put a new lead on it. That's kind of nice to have that feature. And then they have good clamping ability, super strong. I mean, it hurt your finger to put that on there. The springs are that tight, and that's nice, because that's one thing I've always hated about battery chargers. It just seems like the clamps are always they just won't stay on. They're always falling off. You're trying to do something, and they're falling off the terminals. These don't do that. And I've had this. The nice thing about this Genesis 10, I always say Genesis. I don't know why I can't call it Genius, but I guess because I'm not a genius. This Genius 10, it actually has a repair mode on it. So you can push this button and hold it for 7 seconds, and it'll come over here to this repair mode. And what that does is, if you have a sulfated battery that's been sitting for all winter, and it's been dead all winter, and you can't get it to charge, you put it on that repair mode, and it'll blast it with current. It just goes wah wah, and it just blasts it with current, and it knocks the sulfation off the plates, and then it'll charge. So I've saved 2 batteries that were going to be $150 a piece by using that repair mode. And so I saved myself $300 by buying this $80 tool. I've never bought a tool that put money in my pocket like that. I don't have the right one up on the screen right now, but And this ain't no cheap brand, you know. This is the tin right here. That's the NoCo tin. That's the one I'm showing you right now. And what it does is it just charges, and when it starts charging, it goes, this turns red, and it stays red until it gets to 25%. Then it goes on to the next one, and then it goes, and that's 50. Then it goes to 75 on the third one, and when it goes to the fourth one, it turns green. When it goes solid green, the battery's fully charged. And then you don't have to worry about it. You just plug it in and walk away. When it's done charging, it'll stop charging. And that's a good safety feature, because the old style chargers, if you walk away and you forget to unplug them, they'll cook that battery, and it'll start gassing off, and then it becomes a bomb. You know, they'll explode. Batteries, if you've ever seen a battery explode, you know what I'm talking about. They'll go off like a stick of dynamite. It ain't no joke when they explode. And usually what causes that is off gassing, and then somebody walking around with trying to light a torch or something, and then it blows up. I seen two batteries blow up in my career, and one, it stuck the piece of plastic about this big around off the top into the roof of the building. If it would have hit that guy in the neck, it probably would have killed him. So, you know, these are nice. And these little small ones, I can't believe these are $23 right now. You know, I got two of them. I think I'm going to buy a third one, because I like them so much. You just plug them in, hook the leads up. It'll self-identify what kind of battery it is. It'll start charging it. When it goes to full charge, this turns green. Once it turns green, then it goes into maintenance mode, where it just keeps the battery at a certain voltage. You don't have to do nothing. I'm going to put one on each one of my Harleys, this thing, because and I'm just as bad. I'm as bad as anybody else. I know what it does when you leave a battery and don't charge it. And I couldn't tell you how many times I've had to go buy a brand new battery for my Harley in the spring because I didn't keep it charged all winter. And that's what does it, you know. If you don't keep your stuff charged, you're going to be buying batteries. It's just the way it is. So anyhow, you guys, is anyone here that wants me to go over any of the tools that we went over today? And this channel's not about selling tools, as I'm trying to tell everybody. We're just doing this because Amazon Prime's going on, and so I just kind of went through stuff this morning, was up really early, and I went through stuff that I thought looked like a good deal. And it's stuff that I've used before, so I know it's a good product. That's the only reason. And we can walk back through these if there's anyone here who wants me to go through a product or is looking for something, leave a comment. Because we can do that. As a matter of fact, you know, I think what we're going to start doing is we're going to start doing Tool Talk Tuesdays on the live. Every Tuesday night, we'll just do a live, and not selling tools, but just talking about tools. Because I got some old vintage tools that are fun to look at. Like I just bought a 2 sets of tap and dies at a yard sale that are just super premium quality, still in the wooden box, probably made in the 40s. And I bought them for $5 a piece. And they got like 20 taps a piece in them. I don't know if you bought a tap lately, but you know, taps are like $30 a piece. So figure that out. There's like $500 worth of taps in that thing. You know, so I got it for $5. So that's kind of stuff like Tool Talk Tuesdays, when we do the lives on Tool Talk Tuesdays, we can do that. We'll just talk about tools, man. We can talk about how to use them, what tools to buy, what kind of, what the old tools, the quality in the old tools. That's something I made a video on, and I got one right here. I'll actually show you. So the vice grips you buy now are either Husky, or there's another company that actually bought vice grips. Trying to remember what it's called. I'd have to look at one. But anyway, if you're buying vice grips you're buying them out of like a sale or something like that, this is what you want to look for. Right there, a lot of them will say the original on them. They're not original because they were sold. But the original vice grips, they say DeWitt, Iowa on them. I think it's Iowa. but they say DeWitt on them. If they say DeWitt on them, they're the original vice grips, and they're a lot better quality. These ones right here are needle nose, and these things are probably 40 years old, and they still work just as good as the day they were made. Because we used to make things that have quality to them. We just don't do that anymore. Here's something a lot of people don't know about, and I actually made a video on this, and it went to like 280,000 views. I don't know why it stopped, but it did. I wish it would have kept going. But see right here, if you look right there on the right here at the back, that's actually a wire cutter. A lot of people don't know that. You can put a piece of wire right there and cut it. On most, not all vice grips, but a lot of them have this cutter on them. And that the new ones, the cutters suck because they're not even at a point. They're real flat. Can't even hardly cut nothing with them. I'm trying to think of the name of the company that started building them. I don't know why I can't think of it right now. But yeah, a lot the ones that you buy now, they say vice grip on them, but they're not original vice grips. They're made by another company, and they're being built overseas. But when you see these ones, you can actually get a thing and it says "Made in USA" right on it. So if they say "Made in USA" on them, this is what it says. It says Peterson Manufacturing Company, and it says DeWitt. It says DeWitt. I think it's Iowa, and it says USA. So it has a little emblem right there, and you'll see that it says "Made in USA" on it. So if it doesn't say "Made in USA," it wasn't made in USA. So, but they'll say original on them, and they'll say vice grip, but they're not a real vice grip. The only ones that are real true vice grips are the ones that were made in DeWitt, and it says Peterson Manufacturing on it. So, everybody's trying to get one over on us by saying something is from here and it's not. Even Snap-on's doing that now. They say "Made in USA," and you go check it out. A big part of their tools are made in USA, but about 40 or 50% of them are being made overseas now. And so you got to be careful when you're buying tools. So anyway, on Friday nights, anybody got any questions about tools at all? Let me know. On Friday nights, we're going to do the drawing. So on Friday nights, we talk about automotive. We have trivia questions. If you get the question right, you get to spin the wheel. If you get if you land on the right one for the wheel that says "Go Big Garage," you win some artwork. And then we ship it to you free of charge within the United States. And then at the end of the live on Friday nights, we give away tools. For those of you who just came, on the end of the live on Friday nights, we spin for a free tool. This week, we're going to be giving away a Snap-on wrench. So if you haven't done that. Those that just popped in, we just did a review of all the tools that we felt were a good bargain for the tool days for Prime. And these are tools that I've used, that I know are good quality tools. So if you just got here and you're just checking stuff out, go check out, if nothing else, go check out the NOCO products that are available. NOCO has some good deals, and the links are in the description. There's a good jumper pack for $80. I can't believe the jumper pack's $80. That's the cheapest I've ever seen them. So the jumper packs are $80. The 10 amp charger is $80. And these little 1 amp, 1 amp chargers are $23. I can't believe they can even sell that for $23. This is such a great little charger. I love this thing. I got 2 of them. I'm going to buy a 3rd one. And I'm hoping we can give one of these away at the live, maybe on not this Friday, but next Friday. I'm going to see if I can swing it where I can give one of these away. Because we use the super thanks. When people give us super thanks, that's what we use it for. So we can upgrade the tools that we're giving away. So we can, everybody has a good time. And then we just do trivia on Friday nights. So maybe I'll go, because we're getting people that are coming and going out of the room. So maybe I'll just run through these again real quick. I'll just start from the beginning and we'll talk about the tools. And if you have a question about the tools, these are tools that I've used. I know they're good quality. I've been doing this for 40 years. I'm a mechanic of 40 years. I'm not some Joe Blow that's decided he's gonna create a channel and, oh, here's some tools I can sell. No, these are things that I've used and I know they're good quality, and I'd buy them tomorrow if I had to replace them. I would have no problem rebuying these tools the second time because I know they're good quality. So anyway, I think what I'll do, I'm gonna flip the screen around, and because I'm getting a lot of people that are coming and going out of the room, so that's kind of good, and we can stay going on. Let me flip this around. So you can see. So this is the NoCo Genius 10. This is a 10 amp charger, and this is a charger that I use, and it's a good bargain right now. It was 125 bucks, and now it's $79. That's a good bargain. But anyway, they got good quality clamps on them. They got a really good lead, and the leads are really long. And it's all made out of copper. Yeah, copper. And so really good, nice quality. And these are products that I use. These came out of my toolbox. These aren't something that I bought off Temu. These are quality products. And these products that I bring you, I'm bringing to you because I've used them and I know they're a good deal. And they're on sale right now on Amazon Prime Day. And if you're interested in any of this stuff, go check the links in the description. Even if you don't buy something from us, if you don't mind, if you just click on a link, it opens up a window of 30 days for us, which helps the channel. We appreciate when you support the channel. So this is the Genius 10. It'll do 12 volt lead acid. It'll do lithium. It has a 12 volt supply mode on it, and it has a repair mode on it. The repair mode, you can actually desulfate batteries that you normally would have to replace. I've saved myself, this thing has paid for itself already, because just 2 batteries in my motorhome would have been $300, and I was able to use the repair mode on this and desulfate the batteries, and then they charged. Without that repair mode, I would have had to throw them out and go get new batteries. So you can fix a bad battery with this thing. And so what it does is when you just hook this up as a charger, it self-identifies what kind of battery, and then it starts charging. It goes 25, 50, 75. And then when it's fully charged, it goes bright green. And then after it's fully charged, it goes into a maintenance mode, and you can just leave it hooked up. And it'll just keep charging it as long as it's hooked up. You can leave it hooked up all winter if you want, but they're really good quality. What I like about this for me is this fits in my drawer in my toolbox. I can just roll this up with the leads and store it in my toolbox, which is nice. And then they have it was really thought out well. Whoever engineered this thing was a mechanic, because they really thought this out. You see how it has these things on it? Back, and what this is nice for, let's say something happened to these leads. You can buy another set without having to buy the whole tool. And the other thing is, this is what I do with mine. So I have a motorhome, the battery's really hard to get to. So I just leave this hooked up and just leave this lead hanging out. And then when I got to hook the battery charger up, I just go with the battery charger. I plug it in. I don't even have to raise the hood. Done. So that's nice, because I got a bad back and I don't like bending over, so that works out really great. And that's one of the reasons why I started this channel, is because I just turned 61 today, and I don't want to keep working until I'm 70. So we make a little money by doing this, not much, just a little bit. So this is the battery charger I was telling you about, the NoCo 1. This is probably the best deal going right now. 23 bucks. You can't even buy a pizza for 23 bucks anymore. And this thing is a 1 amp battery charger and maintainer. It'll do all 3. It'll do 6 volt too. It does 12 volt AGM, 12 volt lithium, 12 volt acid, and 6 volt. And you just hook it up, plug it in, walk away. You're done. It'll keep bringing up the charge. And when it's done, when it's done charging, it'll shut off. which and they're normally like $30, right at 30, but they're $23 right now on Prime. So don't wait. These ain't gonna last. They're gonna run out of these. I'll guarantee you that. And then the other thing is, let me get that other thing up. There's, like I said, there's 3 NOCO products right now that are a deal, and this is the other one. This is a NOCO booster. So what this does is you can just take it out to a dead car and hook it up and jump start off of it. We have 3 of these in my shop that I work at right now, and they do a good job. They just got a USB-C port. You plug them in to charge them up. They're nice if you're going out on service calls. You just throw this thing in the front seat, go jump start a car, and it fits right in the front seat. You don't have this big old clunky thing you're dragging around. And you don't have to get out and bring out battery cables and all that. And they'll jump a big truck. These things will do a good job jump starting. They won't jump start some of the big diesel trucks, but they will jump start like a 6-liter Ford motor. It'll jump start one of those. They're 1,000 amps. So that's a pretty good jumper, for especially for $80. Right now they're $79. They're normally $124. So they're 36% off. And if you don't have, I have a steam cleaner. I got a Generac, but I found this steam cleaner. And that's what I did today. I just walked through and tried to find what I thought was really good deals on different kind of tools. And any of this stuff that I haven't owned, I'll tell you, hey, I haven't owned it, but it looks like it's a really good deal. This to me is a killer deal. This is a 2,000 psi electric steam cleaner, which is kind of nice sometimes because some people don't like to deal with the gas, and always having to deal with like putting an additive in the fuel so it doesn't mess the carburetor up. But this unit right here is normally $294, so they're half price right now. And I haven't owned one of these. I really don't know nothing about the company other than it looks like a pretty good deal. I mean, it's half price, and it's a 1.2 gallon per minute. It has soap tank on it, so you can just put soap in the tank and it automatically comes out when you use it. And I have a Generac that I use, and I love it. But I had one of these little smaller ones too. I'll show you this one. And I thought this was and a lot of people poo-poo these little ones, but you know what? I had one of these, man. It was a good unit. Where is it at? Well, let me show you that other little thing too that I got. It's what am I doing here? Anyway, if you guys don't even buy a single thing today from here, if you would, just click on one of our links. Because just by clicking on the links in the description, it gives us it opens a 30-day window for us with Amazon. So I think I would buy this thing. It's 1,500 PSI. You can carry it by hand, and it's $70. I had one of these little small ones that I used to use at the house for like cleaning furniture and stuff with, like the outside furniture. And it worked really good. I mean, I had it for like 10 years. So, they're for $70. This is normally $99, so it's 30% off right now. So that's a pretty good deal. Let me show you what I think is another really good deal. I'm a Milwaukee guy. What am I doing here? I'm a Milwaukee guy. I have an 18-volt Milwaukee system. But DeWalt has a good deal going right now. If you don't buy nothing through us right now, let me see where that is. Hang on a second. I'm just trying to go through and pick it out. I must have went by it. There it is right there. This is a good deal. You get the drill, the impact, 2 batteries, and the charger for $159. This is usually $259, so it's $100 off. That's a good bargain. If you don't have a cordless drill or impact gun, this is a good deal. I would buy one. I have a DeWalt that I've had for a long time and it still works. It's really, the one I have is really bulky because it was built like 10 years ago, but it still works, you know. I only went with Milwaukee is because I got a good deal on an 18-volt system. And I'll tell you something about buying all these portable drills is if you're gonna get if you decide on a system, say you decide to go with DeWalt or whatever, or you go with Milwaukee, is buy just a tool with the batteries and then just add the tool only. So like here's a let me find this DeWalt. So DeWalt also has just a drill right now on sale. So you can get just the drill. Let me find the thing. There it is right there. So right now on sale, you can get just the drill with the battery and the charger for 81 bucks. And then what you do is don't go buy another system with the battery and the charger, buy just the tool. You can buy them with just the tool and you save a lot of money that way. You know, you can build a system. Like if you're not wanting to spend a lot of money, you're wanting to start getting cordless stuff, you could buy this right here and then just wait until the impact driver comes on sale and buy it just the drill. Don't buy the charger and the batteries, you already have all that. So you can save yourself quite a bit of money by by just buying just the tool. So that's what I did with my 18-volt system. I bought, actually, if you look, the 18-volt system's a good deal. They didn't have anything on sale for Milwaukee right now on Prime Day. But I bought a set at Home Depot for like $149 last Christmas. So I got the drill, the impact, two chargers, or two batteries and a charger for 149 bucks. And what you do is you buy the lower line, which is the brushed one, the brush system, and then you get the charger and the batteries. And then when a tool comes up that you want, like I wanted to get a Sawzall, and I just waited till the Sawzall was on sale and I bought just the Sawzall only. And it was like 80 bucks for the tool. So you don't have to keep buying the batteries and the charger when you're just wanting just another tool. Buy just the tool only, comes just with the tool. We'll see if we get some more people coming in. Getting a lot of people coming and going. Everybody's busy this morning, you know. I know. You know, some people are working today and they're just trying to figure out what they're gonna do. A lot of people take these kind of days off. My daughter, in the past, she used to take days off for Prime for Christmas time, because she used to save so much money that she would just be off that day. She would actually schedule a vacation day to do Prime, because it's smart. You save a lot of money. Anyway, I'm gonna roll through these tools one more time. No Code Genius 10. This is a great tool. I have one of these and use it all the time. You can actually repair stuff. You can repair batteries that have been sitting for a long time with this. On sale for 80 bucks. That's a good deal. I'm just gonna walk through these and then we'll see what kind of traction we have in the room. This is probably my favorite pick right here. This is the Genius One battery charger. These things are $23 right now. I've never seen them this cheap. They're usually pretty cheap anyway. They're $39 usually on Amazon, but I've seen them for 30. So right now, 23 bucks. If you're looking for a stocking stuffer or a little gift for your dad or your husband or your son that has a little, four-wheeler or ATV or something, these are great little chargers for that. At $23, you can't even buy a pizza for $23 anymore. So that's a great tool. This one here, I don't think these are gonna last long. I think they're gonna be out of stock quick. Cause this is such a bargain right now. 80 bucks, $79. And I've never seen these boosters that cheap. So $79 for 1,000 amp jump start booster. And these are nice to have with you. You charge them up, you just leave them in the trunk of the car. Something ever happens, you can get out and you can jump start your car with this thing. They're great. We have 3 of these at the shop I work in, and we use the hell out of them. And we never have a problem with them. They work great. So anyway, if you're interested in any of these tools you see today, there's links in the descriptions. And if you can't find the links, go to our channel and watch the video that says Prime. It says Prime Tools. So this is probably the best deal, I think, is that jumper right there. This is a tool that I love. I have one of these and I've carried one of these for 10 years. This is a streamlined flashlight, and this one is upgraded. So this one is actually a rechargeable. The one I have here, this is not a rechargeable, it just takes a AAA battery. But man, I've had one of these for 10 years, carry it in my pocket everywhere I go. In the shop when I'm working. So there's that. We talked about the Milwaukee. This is a, well, I didn't show you guys the, if you don't have a meter, this is a great meter to think about buying. And they're a good deal right now. They're 25% off. I've been using a Fluke for 40 years in the automotive industry. They probably make some of the best meters money can buy. I've had a Fluke for 40 years. Since I've been working in the field, I've owned a Fluke, and they're a good quality meter. This is a good general meter for not a lot of money, $125, and it'll do everything you really need to do as far as ohms. You can measure current up to 10 amps with it. You can do AC DC voltage up to 1,000 volts. So this is and it does temperature too, which I've never used the temperature thing much. I never find a real big use for it. This is a killer deal. If you don't have a pressure washer, this is a great deal. These things are half price right now. They're electric, but they're 2,000 PSI pressure washer for 140 bucks. They're half price right now. If you don't have a pressure washer, man, this is the one to get. This is the one that I found that I thought was the best deal. This is a tool I'd like to have myself right here. A buddy of mine had one of these. And man, I thought it was the coolest thing ever. If you're out camping and stuff and you need power supply, like in a tent, he used to charge his drone with this thing. And so it gives you 300 watts. It has AC. It has the way you can charge your cell phones. It has 12 volt on it. And they also sell a solar panel that'll hook into this that it'll charge up on its own with a solar panel. And they're like 7 pounds. These things are great. I mean, they're so handy to have, especially if you're like charging a lot of cell phones, laptops, and that kind of stuff. If you're going into the campgrounds and some of them won't allow you to start your generator until 10 o'clock in the morning, these are nice to have on board because you can charge your phone if you need to, or you can make coffee or whatever. Like if you're doing a lot of tent camping, these are great because you can put these in a tent and you got power. You got lighting, you can make coffee, you can charge your phones, your laptops, whatever, I can't believe that's a thing anymore. We used to go camping, we didn't take all that stuff with us. Is that one? Yeah. So this is a great tool, man. I have this tool for my pressure washer, and I love it. And it's on sale right now, 15 bucks. You can't go wrong. It has an all brass fitting on the top, and then it has an adjustable. You see that black thing? That's all adjustable, and this just clips onto the end of your steam cleaner. I have one of these. It's called a foam cannon, and I use it all the time. You just take the top off, and I usually just use Dawn dish soap, dump it in there, and I use it on my motorhome, and man, it lays down foam like you never seen. And you can adjust the foam, how much foam you want to come out. Just those little fittings right there, if you had to buy those for your steam cleaner, they'd probably be 10 bucks. And the container, that container, the plastic part is really good quality, super thick, heavy duty. It's not cheap. It's well made. So anyway, if you have a steam cleaner and you don't have a foam dispenser, this is a great one. I own one and I've used it, and I'll tell you right now, it's a great unit. Here's something that is not, I think it is on sale, but not great deal. But if you don't own one of these and you're working on stuff over the hood and you're not 20 years old anymore, these are great. You can climb up on them and you hang out over the top of the motor. So instead of killing your back, like if you're putting an intake manifold or something on, these are nice. You get all your stuff up there and you're just like suspended. We have one of these at work, and it comes in handy a lot of times. Because, especially if you're doing a big job, where you're 8, 10 hours hanging over the motor, this can save your back. Let's see if they show a little picture. Yeah, it shows how it gives a good picture of it. But so you just walk up on it. It's called a topside creeper. They're really common in the shops now. You see them. You see them everywhere. So people have gotten to where this is a pretty common tool in the automotive industry now. When I was younger, we just crawled up there and put our knees up on the cowling and just grin and bear it. But anyway, this is a great tool. They're kind of spindly, 240 bucks, but they're normally like 285. So it is on Prime. It's just not a great deal. But this is a tool that I would buy, that's for sure. It'll save your back. This is a tool that I have, and if you'd like to buy quality tools, this is a good quality tool. Greenlee probably makes some of the best cutting tools that you can buy. I have a set of Greenlees in my I think they're actually made in Vietnam, but they're good quality carbide tip. I drill a lot of holes with the type of work I do through the firewall, and I have a set of these in my toolbox. And you can just take the fittings and screw them on that arbor, and then they lock on there, and then they're carbide tips. You won't wear one out. And they have a shoulder on them, which is nice, because a lot of times when you're drilling through like a hood or like a top, because I drill holes in the tops of cars a lot, putting in antennas and lighting for the police cars and stuff. They got a shoulder on them, so when it pops through, it won't let it go down all the way. It'll only drop down about a half an inch and it stops, which that's kind of nice. They're not cheap though, 160 bucks, but they're usually 189. So they're like $30 off. So if you guys would, anybody that's coming into the channel, if you would do me a favor and go down and just click on one of the links and just look at a product, even if you don't buy it, it helps us out. We appreciate that. And I hope everybody's having a great morning. I hope you save a bunch of money on Amazon today, because it's not very often that we get a good deal on stuff anymore. I'm going to keep kind of walking through this because we're getting people as they come in. So if you're still here, I'm probably going to go over a couple products a couple times. This is a good deal right here. Let's see, where's that? If you don't have a drill and impact, I'm not a big DeWalt guy, but I have owned DeWalt in the past, and they last. They're not as compact as the Milwaukee, but this is a good bargain. 159 bucks. You get the impact gun, you get the drill, the charger, and 2 batteries for 159. So if you don't have a cordless drill and impact, this might be a good option for you. They're $100 off right now because they're normally $259 for that set, and it's $159. So if you're looking for something to buy somebody for Christmas that's a DIY guy, this is a good tool. And it's a good bargain at $159, you know. Okay. Anybody have any questions about any types of tools that you're thinking about buying? I can give you recommendations on, companies that have good quality products. But I'll just kind of keep walking through some of these. Let's see. This is a tool that I own, and I've used it, and I'll tell you what, man, I love this tool. I don't know why I ever waited so long to buy one. So what this does, you can bolt this right to your bench, and it's just a big shear for like cutting sheet metal. I cut silver with it, so I'll take big silver plating because I make silver jewelry sometimes. And this is a great tool. It's really heavy duty. I mean, super heavy duty, and it's got a big long handle on it. So like if you want to trim a piece of like sheet metal, cut one in half, or you want just like make a certain kind of shape of a piece of sheet metal, this is a great tool. It works really good. Let's see if it shows you. I'm not sure. It looks like they're cutting wood with it right there, but it'll cut metal, man. It'll cut like 16th inch metal pretty good. It does a good job. And I waited a long time before I got one of these, and I bought mine just to cut silver with. And man, I use it for all kinds of stuff now. Here's one I haven't went over in a while. If you do any kind of soldering, this is the way to go. If you do any kind of soldering, this is the way to go. This is a company called Power Probe, and I have one of these in my toolbox at work, and I think probably every guy in the shop has one of these now. They're a butane torch, a little mini torch, and man, they're great for soldering. If you never soldered with a mini torch, once you do it, you will throw away your old plug-in soldering iron. They're real nice. They have a self striker on them. You can adjust the gas up and down. You can adjust the flame. They're good quality, and for 56 bucks, just a really good tool. And if you guys have any interest in any of these tools we're going over today, just go down and check in the links. There's links below. But this channel is not about just, let me talk to you for a minute. We don't do just sell tools. We only do this during Prime. We do automotive education. I've been a mechanic for 40 years, and I've done some teaching, so we do a lot of automotive repair education here. And we just basically talk about hot rods and stuff, and talk about motorcycles and different things on the lives. But the channel itself is mostly all about anything automotive, anything that has to do with wrenching on something. We'll make a video if we can. Okay, I think, well, it's been 103 minutes on the live. I'm going to call it a night. I appreciate everybody that showed up here, and I hope you have a great Christmas, and I hope this little piece here I gave you, you'll be able to find some tools that are worth buying. Okay, take care.